Hey guys, so this time we're going to check how to build this little application using Flask, React and MongoDB, of course with hooks. So we're going to see what we can do with this. I just added this one, so let's edit. We can edit this, update item, it redirects us, so we can see it's updated. Now we can create a new one, so let's go and add another one. What about these ones? Let's copy that. So this only accepts URLs and give us the preview. So not done. Sunglasses. Sunglasses. Let's say 40 bucks, maybe. Great post. I forgot about the redirection, but we will add that on the tutorial so we can see that we have this added already. So yeah, it's a pretty simple application, but you will see how to structure all this with Flask and React. So let me close all this. So I have here my database. We're going to create another one. And let me move this so we can start. Let's move all this and create a new folder. It's going to be a Flask React tut. Okay. And what we're going to do now is git bash inside this and say pip env shell to install our shell. Let's Control C from this to the API and the React application. So we're going to use PyMongo in order to access this. Remove this away. In order to access Mongo, but here inside MLab, we're going to create a new one. Okay, a sandbox. So we need to click here, down here to continue. This one, continue. And not striped tut, I already have that one. And continue. So this one is free, okay? And submit order. Okay, it's going to take some time, like 5 seconds to add that. Okay, you can see that we are ready in creating the pip file and the environment is ready. So let me move that, and we need a user here. So let's say add user. Type whatever you want. Let's say allo, and let's say again allo. Can I have no 6 characters? Okay, password 1. Password 1. Create. Okay, so now we have the user for this database. This is the URL we are going to use in order to connect. So let's start here. Nope, new file. It's going to be app.py. Yep. And we're going to start, since we're going to use Flask, we're going to start Flask. This shouldn't take long. Let me move that. And okay, let's go to home. And So you can see here, let's go to the one I have. I have here 10 items, okay? This is a database that I've been using with other applications like MER and mini-stack applications. Okay, that of course I'm going to build something for those technologies soon, you know, a full tutorial. So we're going to replicate that and use this one. So that is ready, okay? And we can start adding some things. So let me go here and open encode. And we're going to install a few more things while we are working with this. So let's say pip-m install Flask course like that. Okay, so this is going to allow us to use course for React to connect to our API, and we're going to use PyMongo in order to connect to MongoDB. So let's go to app.py and let's start first importing Flask. So this is a Flask application. We need to import Flask. From Flask, import Flask, okay, like that. We're going to start creating this. So here we're going to add our routes. Okay, on line 3 our routes are going to go there. So now, since Flask course is installed, let's install now PyMongo. Let me check the name. Pip-env install Flask no, PyMongo, just like that. Okay, let that to be installed, and let me go back to app.py. So now we're going to use course, Flask course, and import course. So let's create the instance of our application. That is going to be Flask underscore name underscore. Nope, this is not here. And we need to wrap our application inside this course method. So down here, we're building a structure. Okay, so here we're going to register the blueprints. Blueprints. And down here, we're going to run our application. If underscore name underscore equals underscore main, same thing. Then we're going to run the application with the debug to true, set to true. So this will allow us to check all the errors in the console. Okay, so this is already done, and okay, so far so good. Now we're going to create a new file. Since we're going to use blueprints, okay, let me actually no, it's not here. We're going to create a new file that is going to be routes.py. So here on routes.py, we are going to create all our configuration for Mongo and all our routes, since we are going to need that configuration in order to access Mongo. So let's say from Flask, we're going to import some things. First the blueprint, okay, then the request. We need the request to get what React is going to send us, JSONify, in order to respond with JSON data. So let's import JSON. We need this package, you will see why. Let's import here PyMongo, okay, just like that. Now let's import the OS and import sys. Let's import now from pymongo import mongo client. Okay, we're going to need this in order to define which collection we are going to use. And now from Bison, we're going to import object ID. Okay, we need to do this in order to encode the object ID and to be able to respond with that to our front end. So here, let's build this right away. We're going to create an encoder. So let's get this out of the way now. Encoder to manage the MongoDB object ID. Okay, so that is what this class is going to do. JSON encoder, JSON encoder default. We're going to define this default function self. So you can find this on the internet. So if is instance of the object ID, not like that. So this is essentially what we're doing. Okay, I will explain this in a second. Return string with that, and here return the JSON encoder, that default with the self and the object. So what this function is going to do is going to respond if we have an instance of an object ID. It's going to respond with a string version of that. Okay, that will allow us to parse, well, not to parse, to encode or ID in order to send that together with our JSON to the front end. So here we're going to create the Mongo DB config, let's say. So we are going to create a connection. Let me just, it's going to be equals to what we have here. Copy and paste. Okay, I tried to use the environment variables, but there was a problem with the environment, it seems, of Flask, so was not working. Oh no, it was working. It was getting all the information. It was getting my database user, but for some reason when I tried to add the credentials into this string, simply it was not allowing me to get into the connection. For some reason, PyMongo seems wasn't able to access those environment variables, so I decided to do it like this. So the password is password1. Let me see if I'm missing something. Okay, so this is how this should look. So this is my user and my password. So let's create now a client that is going to be Mongo client, and we're going to pass the connection here. Now we're going to define which database we're going to use inside this or with this client. So let's say client and not stripe tooth is the one we have defined. So you can see we're going to use this one, okay, that comes with the connection. So we need to tell them what we want to use and then which collection we want to use. So it's going to be DB, the database, and items. Did I create that? No, I didn't create that. So let's add a collection. It's going to be items, create. Okay, so now items is a new collection, and this should work. Okay, let's Control C to save that. Control S, I mean, and we're going to we're going to start. Sorry, with our routes. So here we're going to define the blueprints. Okay, so a blueprint is kind of a fragment that is going to allow us to pass certain functionality inside our main application. Okay, so you will see how this works. So let's create an index route. This is the name. Okay, and blueprint. So each blueprint is going to be one route. So let's use it like that. So you can define for a single one all the routes you want, but let's keep those, you know, inside their own blueprints. So here we're going to use this name, and you can define here also templates, template folders, and a lot of things that you want to import in order to be used inside this index. So to define the routes, we're going to say add index route that route. We define here the route API items, and we're going to define a function that is going to be the index function. So here we're just going to return now. Let me move this. JSONify with data and just a response so we can test. But now this is not being imported inside our main application, so let's import this. Let's say from our file routes import index route, and here down here we're going to define or register or okay or blueprints. So let's say app.register blueprint, and we're going to pass the name of the blueprint we want to register. Okay, so we're going to do that for each blueprint we add here. So let's run this. Flask run. Okay, validation and password must escape. Okay, so what's the problem there? It's the problem with the Mongo client connection. Okay, let me check. No, it's not it's routes.py. Okay, maybe I deleted something. Oh yeah. This is not it. Save. So let's run again. Let's even say okay, first run. You can see we're up and running with the server. So let's test it with the Postman application. This is only going to be the testing. So in the next video we're going to continue now with the routes. I think so. So this is loading. No, update no. And I already have this one API item. So let's send, and we should get data something. That is what we are sending here. So we are successfully adding our route inside our application or main file. So I think we are going to leave it here for this video, and we will continue on the next one. So adding all the other routes and creating a React application. Okay, so see you on the next one.